1978. The USSR, now Russia. The remote forests of Siberia. A group of Soviet geologists in a helicopter was surveying a distant region of Caucasia, hundreds of kilometers from the nearest city. Suddenly, amid ancient trees, they spotted traces of human life. This was how the Lykov family was discovered. 6 people who had lived in complete isolation since 1936, unaware of World War II, spaceflight, or even television. Their story is an incredible tale of survival, but one with a tragic ending. Escape from Soviet rule. The family's patriarch, Lykov, was a deeply religious old believer, a persecuted minority in Russia since the days of the Tsarist reforms. Fearing Stalin's repressions, he fled with his wife and 2 children into the Siberian wilderness in 1936. They took almost nothing with them: an axe, a sack of potatoes, a spinning wheel, and a Bible. No gun, no warm clothes, just faith and sheer stubbornness. 40 years in the wild. The first years were brutal. They ate tree bark and the occasional fish they managed to catch. But over time, the Lykovs learned to survive. They grew potatoes and peas in the rocky soil, made clothes from hemp and shoes from birch bark, started fires by rubbing sticks together, just as ancient people did. They had no idea World War II had happened, that humans had gone to space, or that television existed. When a satellite passed overhead in 1957, the Lykovs believed it was a sign of the apocalypse. The shock of contact. When the geologists found them in 1978, they could hardly believe their eyes. The Lykovs spoke an archaic form of Russian, like from the 17th century. They didn't understand money, bread, or metal utensils. They believed the world outside the taiga was the realm of the Antichrist. But contact with civilization would prove fatal. The tragedy of the Lykovs. Their immune systems couldn't handle modern germs. 3 of the children died of pneumonia within years of meeting outsiders. The mother, Akulina, starved to death after giving her last food to the children. Only old Karp and the youngest daughter, Agafya, survived. Agafya Lykova, the last hermit. Today, Agafya is around 80 years old. She still lives alone in the taiga, refusing government help. Russian scientists and journalists occasionally visit her, but she rejects the sinful, modern world. Her words:
"People bring disease and temptation. Their world is not for me."
Why does this story matter? A unique natural experiment. What happens when humans are completely cut off from civilization? A cruel paradox. They were destroyed by the very thing they fled. A question for us: who is truly free, us, dependent on technology, or them, living in harmony with nature? Agafya still believes the outside world is evil. In some ways, she might be right.